Today's video is going to be about what I am planning to sew for the summer. Now, my window for summer sewing has gotten cut a little bit short, but for the best reason. So I get to go home back to the States to see my family in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to be there for like the majority of the summer, which is going to be amazing. I cannot wait to be back in the Portland area. To spend tons of time outside and in nature and with friends and family. It's going to be amazing. It also means that my time to sew my summer wardrobe, the window is very small. So I have tons of ideas and not a ton of time, but I wanted to share with you kind of the menu that I've set out for myself. I've tried to be somewhat practical. In that I've really narrowed down my colors. So whatever I end up actually getting sewn should all go together in kind of like a capsule wardrobe type situation. It also means that I will have to change my thread and my overlocker a little bit less because I will be sticking into a couple of different color families. So I'm hoping to, just plow through some of these ideas and see how far I get. So I did do some spring and summer sewing planning back in April when I did the Seamwork Design Your Wardrobe course, which I loved. It was super fun. I highly recommend it. However, since then, a couple of changes. So for one, I had those plans and I ended up doing some toiles of a few of the patterns that I had picked initially and determined that they just maybe aren't for me, or at least are not for me right now. So that was one change. Another is that I picked up some really cool fabrics that I definitely want to prioritize sewing immediately. And then the other thing is that I just had so many plans for thinking that I would be here and around my sewing machine and I would have more time to make up those things. Now, I don't necessarily have less ideas now, but again, I've kind of created a menu in a way that however many I do end up getting done, it will still give me lots of options and lots of items that are going to go together. So that's kind of why my plans have changed. So I thought I would talk through a little bit, the patterns and the fabrics, and then also my color palette and ideas for how I'm hoping the garments will function. So I picked these couple just to kind of show you my color palette. It's a lot of creams with some rust. This one is a nice gingham, then green and black as well. So I have some prints that will kind of go together. I also pulled out, because I'm going to Portland, I pulled out all of my weird prints, all of the things that I might feel, I don't know, a little bit out of place wearing in my rural Dutch town, but going to Portland, Portland is the motto is keep Portland weird. So I've got birds, I've got little foxes, a very fun cat fabric. So yeah, definitely all of the weirder prints I want to try to prioritize to get to wear kind of on my vacation, even though it's my vacation back home. So first up, I've got some separates. So I've got some tops, a little Co-ord set, and then some bottoms. So I'm going to try to breeze through these as quickly as I can because there's a lot of them. So these first two, I want to do little square neck tops from Friday Pattern Company. I made one up in March, and initially I was really annoyed because I had to take it in a whole ton. But now that I've sized down, I really, really love it. And I was reaching for the toile that I made all month during Me Made May. And I really definitely for this shape, I love the breeziness of it with the square neckline, the curved hem. Yeah, it just works so well, shape and vibe wise. But the fabric that I used for my toile, I don't love. It's a black and white, and I think the contrast is maybe too much for me. So I definitely want a couple more in my wardrobe in prints and colors that feel a little bit more my vibe, I guess. So the first one I have is this little Foxy Viscose. I'm not sure, they might be coyotes, but either way, they're super, super cute. It is quite sheer, which I think will work really nicely in that kind of like boxier shape. I do know that I want to use like a lining fabric for the facing, just so I don't have like foxes showing through on that like feature facing, because it's like also top stitched down. It's super, super cute. So that is square neck top number one. Number two is this, oh, I should say this is like from deep in my stash. I bought it a couple years ago. I've seen it around at like some Dutch fabric shops. I'll try to put a link in below if I can find it again, but it is a couple years old. So this one though I got pretty recently, I think in April at Cross and Woods, and it's a really, really beautiful, very, very slippery lyocell. I think it's a sand wash lyocell maybe. It's so soft in this really gorgeous clay color, and I think it is one that I would reach for a ton. It will go with lots in my current wardrobe, as well as some of the things I'm hoping to get made up soon. So those will be two square neck tops. This is another like really kind of simple wardrobe basic. This is a flat double gauze that I got recently from Yavro. They don't have an online shop, so I'll see if I can find a seller somewhere, but it is so nice. It's a cotton double gauze, if I didn't say that already. And this isn't like washed and dried. It is really nice and flat. It didn't just like shrink up, you know, this way like a lot of cotton muslin does, or like, is it muslin? I think it's muslin in Europe, and you call it something else in the, anyway, that's such a tangent. I'm so distractible today. Yeah, so this is going to be a Seamwork Madhu top. That's what I'm trying to say. I made one a couple years ago in a viscose, and I like it, but it's just like a little too drapey. I think it's going to work really well in this more like kind of floatier, it's not fluffy, but like it's gonna like hold its shape a little bit more with like the elastic in the sleeves and around the neckline. I think it's going to be really, really cute and kind of like a nice little peasant style top that will go with lots that's in my wardrobe. So that will be a Madhu top. And all of these three, like they'll sew up super quickly. I am going to take my time cutting the lyocell because it's very, very shifty. But as far as like sewing it up, those should go really fast. So probably what I'm going to prioritize sooner than later, especially since like, yeah, they'll be just great basics for my trip. This one, I know exactly what I want, but I haven't found a great pattern for it. Really what I want is a Helen's Closet Gilbert top, which I've made before, and it does not fit me well at all. And it doesn't feel like something that I can easily, it's not an issue that I can tackle, I feel like. It's definitely a problem like with the armhole, like it's cut way too far over. I've tried doing a narrow shoulder adjustment. I've done a full, like it doesn't need a full bust adjustment, but like the armhole is just sitting way too far over, and I hate it. It is a sensory nightmare trying to wear that top, so I just probably need to get rid of it or do something else. But that's what I want from this bird fabric. I love the camp collar. I love the tie detail. It's very much that like feminine take on like vacation dad, which is totally the vibe that I'm going for. So if you know of a camp collar style shirt with bust cups in a good size range, let me know, because that is absolutely what I want from this. I just haven't found, yeah, the right pattern yet. So if you have it, let me know. So those are the tops that I want to make. Very excited about all of these options. So for my little Co-ord set, I have this cotton jersey. It's actually the same as what I am wearing. Both of these were given to me by Minerva in exchange for a blog post. So the one about the Wallis is coming up this week. And then once I cut into this one and make it up. That will be on the Minerva site as well. So yeah, these are, I feel like they're a little bit boring as far as like what I usually pick from Minerva, but they're really good basics that I really need in my wardrobe. So they're just like cotton lycra blends, but they have so many colors. So I went with this like rosewood, maybe it's called fresh rose. I'll put it in, I don't remember the name of this one. This one is camo green. I do remember that. So it's not quite like an army green. It's a little bit brighter. I think it's really cute. And for this one, I just, honestly, if I wasn't making it for Minerva for the blog, I would just make like exactly this again, because I really love the Wallis. I really like nailed the fit of this one, I think. And yeah, I just like want to wear it all day, every day. But because I'm doing a blog post, I shouldn't do the same thing over again. So I am going to do the Skort part of it. So it's like a quarter circle skirt with little shorts underneath, and the Seamwork bonus version just adds a little waistband. So instead of having it as the dress or romper, you can just have it as the Skort. So that's going to be the bottoms of this. And then I think I'm going to do I want to say it's the Weiland tank from Elbe Textiles, or the Zooey tank. Gosh, I'm blanking. The Zooey tank from True Bias, and that's kind of where I'm leaning. I think the Weiland tank I've heard such great things about, and I've really wanted to try it. But even if it's in a Co-ord, I feel like the shape is really similar to this one. Whereas the Zooey tank, has the V-neck and the binding and like thinner straps. So it feels like a little bit more different. So that's my plan for this one. Like functionally, it's probably going to be the same as this Wallis, but I am excited about having a like freestanding tank top. I was thinking layered like underneath this would be so cute, and like to wear this as a button up, like just open and like really nice and breezy. You can totally picture like going out on a hike in this little outfit. Would be super cute. So that is my plan for a Co-ord in this cotton jersey. So these last two are going to be my bottom pieces for the little collection. Now I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with these, and it's because the pattern that I've got that I like, my ideal, is the Sunrise Skort, and it's a new pattern. I've got it, but I don't have it printed out yet. And it does say that it is a wide leg Skort, and I'm a little concerned. I want to actually like see the pattern pieces to determine like how wide the legs are, because I've talked about this before. My thighs rub together in wide leg pants, shorts, and underskirts. So I usually wear like bike shorts. So I feel like I love the idea of a Skort, but if it's going to be like too wide leg that I'm going to have like a chafing problem anyway, then I might as well just make a skirt and wear bike shorts underneath. So I need to look at that, but I think the Sunrise Skort is so cute. It's really fun. It's got that like kind of 90s does like 60s mini skirt vibe to it. There's an option for just like a little button, like wrap over style, or with like an actual tie. I think both versions are so cute. I also want to see if I can like hack it a little bit to have some ease with some elastic rather than doing the darts, at least in the back. So that's like my first choice. If not, if I don't end up going that way, I might just do another pair of Danny shorts, or make another version of the Natalie skirt, because those are like my two favorites at the moment. But yeah, in terms of fabric, I have this really lovely, it was listed as a cotton dobby, but it's like kind of like a jacquard, I think. The design is woven in, it's 100% cotton, it's super soft. I'm a little concerned about it being like rubbing up on itself, because the weave is a little bit open. So maybe for this one I will go for a skirt. that might be like the wisest thing to do for this one, but I love this rust color. I think it'll go with lots. I think it is so, so pretty. And then I have a gingham linen that's really, really nice. I'm hoping that it softens a bit in the wash. It is quite a stiff linen, which I think would be great for that like A-line skirt of the Sunrise Skort. I think anything like elasticated might give me a bit of trouble just because of like how much body it has. So I'm gonna have to give like a good thing to these two. But yeah, these are all of my separate ideas. We'll see how far I get, and hopefully I'll have some fun stuff to mix and match together. So moving on to dresses, I have some of my like favorite fabrics. Some of these I've been trying to like get up and sewn like all year this year, which seems kind of silly, but I'm really hoping to make some of it happen. But this is a new one, and I got this a couple months ago, and it's cats, you guys. It's cats on a viscose chiffon, which I didn't even know that chiffon like could be made out of viscose. It is super slippery. I imagine it's going to be a pain to cut and sew. I did test out, like it does okay with going through my overlocker, but I'll probably still do French seams if I end up making this one. When I bought it, I instantly knew what I wanted from it. I knew I wanted a short sleeve, like gathered smock dress with several tiers. And I've tried a couple of patterns and I have not liked them, and I'm not happy with where I am like fitting wise, but I really, really want to get this made up and bring it with me to Portland. So it's a matter of like, do I stick with the idea that I had and just have to like put it on the back burner and wait until I can do like some more toiles and trial and error? Or do I prioritize bringing it with me, making it happen for the trip, and just like needing to pivot the idea that I had? So I want to be really careful with this one because it is definitely like a crazy cat lady print. I want to go with like a really modern silhouette and not something that would be too like Little House on the Prairie or like house dress situation. So I'm not really sure where I want to go with this one. So it's on the back burner for now, but like with the little calico, little ginger boy, like is so cute and is so fun. So I really, really want something to be made out of this one. Yeah, it is a pain to fold, so I'm just gonna like toss it down there. The next one is a linen. I got this one in March, I think. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty plain, but we are doing some family photos. One of my friends back home is an amazing photographer, so we always make sure to get in a little family portrait shoot when we are there. And so we're already planning like golden hour in like a field of tall golden grass, and I think this color is going to be amazing. I really prefer doing like solid versus prints for portraits, and so I think this one will be really great for that. It's a super, super soft linen. It has some weight to it, but it's kind of on the, it's not bouncy. It's not like a lightweight bouncy linen. It definitely has like some heft to it, but at the same time it's not heavy. So I want to combine two of my favorite silhouettes. So I want the top of this dress to be the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel with that elasticated shoulder and like really open square neck. I have made one and I really, really like how that part looks on me. And then I'm going to combine it with the waistband and the like A-line skirt of the Seamwork Meg dress, which is like my all-time favorite dress. So it feels a little bit like, not like a cop-out or anything, but it's a dress I made like 100 times. Not 100 times, I've made it 5 times, but that's still a lot. But I think it'll be so pretty for some nice evening family photos. So that is that one. Nice olive green. This is one that I've been trying to make been trying to sew with this like since March. I just like haven't been able to make it happen. This is a really, really light viscose. I guess it's technically a challis, but it feels almost like a chiffon. Yeah, that took a really long time to say. And I think I want a Friday Pattern Company Adriana dress from this. I did a toile, yeah, back in March, thinking I would like immediately make this right up because I loved it. I loved the fit. I did a full bust adjustment and like some other little tweaks and really, really loved it. And then I just like never got back around to it. So I want to make that happen. I really love this with like the green and the yellow on the black background. I think it's really, really pretty. I like that I'll have like a little bit of coverage with the longer sleeves. Yeah, even though like it's black and long sleeved, the fabric is so light that I don't think I will have any trouble being like too hot in this. So that is going to be an Adriana dress. And then lastly, this is a cotton viscose that I got from Joann last time I was in America, and I really love this little window pane, and I've been hemming and hawing over what to make with it. I think I finally decided that I want to do a Anna Allen Anthea dress from it. So I'm going to do the version with the scoop neck. I think that the scoop neck and then the like nice curved hem will be really nice, kind of like shape contrast to the really like straight up and down window pane print. So I think that'll be nice. It's got like a little tie belt. I might alter the sleeves to not be quite so big, or honestly I might just take them off. We'll see. I might go sleeveless. But yeah, that's my plans for this one. So I've definitely got my work cut out for me. Well, not literally cut out yet because that's a whole other step that I need to do. Yeah, so next step is I need to pre-wash some of these. Some of these I've already gotten washed and dried, but not all of them. So I'm hoping to have like a big cutting out party tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. Yeah, again, this is always like a menu. I'm not going to make any promises that I'm going to get all of this done. In fact, I know if there's a promise I can make, it's that I will not sew through all of these in the next month. That would be, I'd have to do nothing else, and that does not work for me. So I will be getting through as many as I can, and I'll definitely be prioritizing more sewing time than normal. I know like people always say like you shouldn't panic sew before a trip, but like I'm totally gonna do it. I already know that about myself. And I'm just gonna try to like have fun with it. And yeah, I won't get through everything, but I know whatever I do get through, we'll make a really nice little collection together. I really love how all of this looks with like the cream and the green, a little bit of black and rust in there. So I'm really excited about all of these pieces. Of course, let me know down below what you're planning on making going into summer, or if you're down south going into winter time. Yeah, I always love to hear your plans. And yeah, I will be back soon. I've got a June makes video coming up, and then as I like get through these, I will be doing a little bit here and there, and maybe I'll even do like a pack with me video. Like, are those fun? I like watching those. I think they're fun, especially if they're like handmade wardrobes. But yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, I think that's all for me today. I've got to go get these in the wash and yeah, get started. So I'll see you next time. And until then, happy making. Bye.